Hi folks, Kevin from the Canyon River Grill,
And Steve from Red's Fly Shop.
and I'm the chef.
And I'm the guide.
Okay, so today Steve and I were lucky enough to get out and do a little Eastern Washington duck hunting.
Which, thanks to Kevin's sharpshooting, we were able to bring a few ducks home actually.
You know, I don't think anybody would call that sharpshooting, but thanks to you, Steve, and a couple of your tips, I was able to bring down a bird.
Well, the birds that we were shooting today are actually teal, which are beautiful birds, and as you can see, they're pretty small and they are very fast flyers. So the one tip that I gave Kevin today that I think makes an impression on a lot of people and they get some good insight from it is simply that when we're shooting a shotgun and we shoot to a spot, we're projecting a perfectly square box. Basically, that shotgun pattern is projecting a perfectly square box. And when we get birds that are flying as fast as these teal, we don't want to try and just get to that spot and pull the trigger. We sway the odds in our favor a little bit if we are moving the gun as we shoot and we're traveling along the path of that bird. Then we're not projecting a perfectly square box anymore. We're making it a little bit oblong along the path of the bird. And I think that we have a little better odds of a few of those pellets finding the bird that way and knocking one or two down, which Kevin did today.
That was an excellent tip.
And we've got a couple nice females here, Kevin. We already took care of the males that we'd shot today. And you're gonna show us how to prepare these for the kitchen, I think.
That's right, Steve. So one of the things that we're going to do in this preparation is I'm going to show you how to take the breast out and leave the skin intact, okay, but without having to pluck the whole bird itself. So you can just pluck this breast part and then remove the breast with the skin on. And the reason why you want to do that is so the skin actually has a lot of flavor, and especially on these teal, it's thin and it gets a nice crispness to it when you cook it with the skin on, but most importantly it retains the flavor because, retains the moisture, because if you overcook these birds slightly, or if you don't take care of them properly in cooking, they can be a little dry or a little
That's
tough.
my problem right there. Guilty. Almost every duck that I've ever cooked has come out a little bit on the dry side, I would say, Kevin.
So I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. Now you can see that the feathers come off quite easily and quickly, but be careful because teal especially has a very thin skin, and it's quite easy to rip it up. And so I'm just gonna pluck this into a plastic bag so it doesn't make a mess all over the place.
It's amazing how many feathers these birds have on their breasts.
Yeah, and this is a clean bird. I don't see any shot in it. And but the one of the things that whenever you're using wild birds that you've harvested is you want to definitely make sure that you're checking for BBs or any pellets. And typically when I do a breast like this, I'm looking for pellets. And if I see a shot, I definitely don't give up until I'm absolutely certain that there's no pellet inside. And then the second safeguard that I have to make sure that I or one of my family or friends doesn't get a pellet, that I typically I'll serve the breast in a way where I slice it thin so I can get a second look at it and make sure that there are no pellets in it. I think this is pretty important. Now, okay, so as you see, that was really quick and easy. I'm not trying to pluck the whole bird. Okay, there are a couple shots in the bottom of that breast. Okay, now the most important thing to this technique is that you want to make sure that you have a very sharp knife. All right, this is really important. And so you have breasts like this. You're going to make one incision at the bottom of the breastplate and another incision at the top of the breastplate, and then you're going to free the legs. 1, 2 cuts there. Okay, now you start right where the wing meets the breastplate on the bottom, and the angle of the knife is really important here. Now if you can see my finger, I'm actually holding the breast at an angle, or to give it tension to make a smooth, clean cut. Now once I'm over the breastplate, I turn my knife down at a downward angle to get right on the other side of the breastplate. Follow the wishbone, put my thumb underneath the tenderloin, 1 cut there, 2 cuts, and then you're free. Okay? So,
And you took both sides of that breast
have
off
both sides of the breast.
in one clean cut.
and one of the cool things that you can do with a breast like this, as you can see later on in the recipe that I'm going to show you, is that you can actually take and stuff the inside of this and then flip it over and truss it and sear it, which is one of my favorite ways to do with these small teal.
And that's what I'm looking forward to, is being the taste tester when we get to that part of this video.
Okay, the story shall be told. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Kevin. Fun day today.
Was.